Are the foods in your grocery cart silently sabotaging your health and financial future? Are the things that you buy every single week contributing to poor health and poor money management, and you might not even realize it? Today, I want to share with you 15 things that us women should never put in our grocery cart if we want to save money and live a better, healthy life. Hi everybody, my name is Sara. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you don't know me, I'm the owner of FrozenPennies.com. I'm a financial coach, and as a family, we are debt-free. Now, as a midlife woman, 51 years old, I have discovered that many of these things on this list are things that A, don't contribute to good health, and B, don't contribute to a frugal lifestyle and a debt-free life. Now, I have financial goals, and I'm not willing to purchase these things to put in my mouth and still meet my financial goals. There are things that we value, and I've heard it said before, show me your bank account and I'll show you where your values lie. Now, I'm going to go over 15 things that you should not put in your grocery cart, and I'm going to tell you why you should not be putting them in your grocery cart. First, let's talk about those flavored instant oatmeal packets. There's a couple of reasons why they shouldn't be in your cart. First, because they're expensive. You can get a huge container of old-fashioned oats for pennies on the dollar. And the ingredients in these flavored oatmeal packets are things that we can't even say. Artificial colors and flavors. Sugar. The amount of sugar in these flavored oatmeal packets are ridiculous. And to be perfectly honest with you, I cannot stomach the smell of these fake fruit flavors that Quaker puts in their flavored oatmeals. It's nauseating to me. I can't even stomach it. The additives that they put in these packages completely negate and reduce the nutritional value of oatmeal. Oatmeal is good for you. It's high fiber and paired with some protein can make an excellent breakfast. You can even add your own spices like cinnamon or vanilla, some fruit and some nuts to make it a healthy, frugal breakfast. Number 2, sugary beverages. Sugary beverages of every single kind. I'm talking sodas, iced teas, lemonades, Kool-Aids, juices, coffee beverages. Eliminating these things at the grocery store will make your wallet and your heart healthier. They're high in calories and they're high in sugar, and many of them have those artificial flavorings in them. So what do you do instead? Well, for me, I like water. I drink water all day long, all of the time. Sometimes you can buy those little squirt things, like Stir is great because it has stevia in it, and stevia is better than other artificial sweeteners. If you're looking for a little bit of flavor in your water, grab 1 or 2 of those. You can also make your own iced tea, your own iced coffee without all of the added sugars. And number 3, prepackaged snacks. A lot of those are very high in sodium. Now, we all need salt in a system for electrolytes, right? But these prepackaged snacks usually are well above the needed amount of sodium. And they also contain sugar. They also contain all of the artificial things that we do not need in our body. Also, the unhealthy fats in these prepackaged, the trans fats, are a huge no-no. Opt for things like homemade stuff. Homemade cookies, even though they have sugar in them, are still better. You can always reduce the sugar in those. And popcorn is another great one, especially if you're looking for a salty, crunchy snack. And another one, nuts. I love nuts. I know, you are what you eat, right? Gosh, that sounds like a joke my husband would make. I do. I enjoy some nuts, some almonds, some cashews are my favorite, some pecans, walnuts, cashews, all of those. Really, really yummy and a great snack full of protein. As a matter of fact, I have a baggie in my purse with nuts in it. This goes everywhere that I go. I always have a bottle of water and some nuts and seeds or a meat stick in my purse. You never know when you need a snack. Number 4, we want to avoid the fried foods and fried snacks. Things like potato chips in fried wings and fried onion rings and French fry. Now, a great alternative to the fried foods are to buy the French fries frozen in the bag before they're fried and then throw them in an air fryer. Air fryers are the rage right now, and it helps to make those foods crispy without all of those trans fat. Unhealthy fats and calories can contribute to diseases like heart disease and obesity in our country. Opt for that air fryer, baking, or even grilling. Number 5, white grains and breads. Anything white, they say, is not a good idea. Although white potatoes still have some nutrients in them, you're better off with a jam-packed full nutrient-rich sweet potato. White bread, completely out of the question. White crackers, the same. It lacks nutritional value. Opt for things like whole grains, which will help to level out your glucose levels so you don't get those high spikes of blood sugar. For me personally, I find that I feel better without any kind of bread at all. So no bread and no sugar at all helps me to get to my optimal feeling of feeling good. Number 6, sugary cereals. A huge no-no. On the side of the flavor packet oatmeal is the sugary cereals. I listened to a nutritionalist one time who said, you're better off for blood sugar glucose levels to do savory in the morning instead of sweet. So you want to stick with high protein savory. Me in particularly, I always do a non-traditional breakfast food for my first meal of the day. Rarely is it a muffin or an English muffin or a scone or a sugary cereal. Most of the time, I'm having eggs for breakfast, I'm having a protein smoothie, I'm having a leftover piece of chicken or a burger that we had the night before for breakfast. And also, I have to say, most of the time, my breakfast doesn't start until about 10 o'clock in the morning. Number 7, eliminate canned soup. First, soup is so easy to make. A bag of frozen vegetables, some kind of a protein, a can of beans, a box of stock, or even better, if you can make your own stock, throw it in a pot and you've got soup within 30 minutes. Super easy to make a very healthy, inexpensive meal. Ditch the canned soups. They're loaded with additives and loaded with sodium. Number 8, bottled salad dressings and marinades. Salad dressing is also one of those things that's super easy to make. If you have the supplies on demand, it's super easy to whip up. One of my favorite salad dressings is this, and I don't have measurements for you because I don't measure anything. Here's my favorite spicy Thai salad dressing. This is great with a chicken on a bed of greens or a steak on a bed of greens. Super easy. A scoop of almond butter or peanut butter. Either one works great, preferably one with no added sugar. Rice vinegar, hot sauce, and a little bit of garlic powder. Mix it up really good. It's my version of the spicy Thai salad dressing that Panera used to have that they no longer have. And plus, I don't go to Panera anymore. That's a topic for a different conversation. I think since they went publicly traded, their food is awful. Anyway, that's my favorite salad dressing. Marinades are also super easy to make. You want something acidic like vinegar or lemon juice. You want something basic like any kind of oil, olive, or avocado. Throw a bunch of spices, maybe a little squirt of mustard, maybe a little squirt of ketchup, maybe a little squirt of brown sugar. Mix it all up. You'll have an original flavor every single time for your chicken. Number 9, we never want to buy processed meats. Now, some processed meats are better than others. If you go with the more expensive nitrate-free meats, you're going to save on your health. However, processed meats like deli meats are so very expensive. Why is it that deli turkey is $11 a pound? You can buy an entire huge turkey for $11 and have more than just 5 sandwiches out of it. It's absolutely ridiculous, the price of deli meats. Stay clear of deli meats and any kind of processed meats like hot dogs. They're not good for you. Studies have shown that processed meats are highly linked to things like high blood pressure and heart disease and even cancer. I encourage you to do some added research on this to find your own answers. Opt for fresh meats. It's cheaper and it's better for your heart. Number 10 is a challenge: sweets and baked goods. Now, I have been losing some weight. I've been on a health journey this entire year, and I thank you for those who have noticed. But one of the biggest things that I'm doing is cutting out sugar, and this is so hard. When I was telling my family about it during our 4th of July picnic, they were asking me what I was doing. And when I said cutting out sugar, my Aunt Carol says, nope, can't do it. Not going to do it. Don't want to do it. For me, it's very important. For me, the sugar reacts in my body in a very strange way. It actually gives me anxiety. I've tested it over and over again. And I know if I'm feeling blue or under the weather or tired or lethargic, it's probably because I had sugar the day before or the hours before. And it also stops me from sleeping. That's another addition to the problems that sugar gives me. Number 11, those frozen convenience meals. Now, I know I'm a little tired of cooking. I've never been a huge fan of cooking, but I did it and I do it because I'm frugal and because I don't want to spend the money on these convenience meals. However, they're just not good for you. And I know that many people who are retired, who are senior citizens, tend to lean toward these frozen dinners because they're inexpensive and they're easy. All you have to do is take them out of the box and microwave them. I strongly urge you to take caution in the amount of frozen meals that you are eating. Once in a while is just fine, everything in moderation, right? But do not eat them every day. They're more expensive than cooking from scratch for sure, and they're not good for your body. Number 12, sugar-flavored yogurts. Now, yogurt is good for you. It's got some really great probiotics in it. However, the amount of added sugar that they put into some of these yogurts is ridiculously crazy. It's way too much. You're better off buying plain yogurt, specifically plain Greek yogurt, because it's got more protein in it, and adding your own stuff to it. Even if you're adding real sugar to it, you can probably get away with less sugar than they already have in them. Number 13, energy drinks. My oldest son knows how I feel about Red Bull. I am not a fan. I think they're terrible. I think they're awful. Yes, of course they pack a full punch when you drink them. Red Bull gives you wings, right? Because you've had so much sugar and so much artificial crap that you're going straight to heaven. They're high in sugar and very high in caffeine, which is a terrible idea for anybody, in my opinion. I strongly encourage you to drink water and get adequate sleep. That will help so you don't necessarily need all that caffeine and sugar. Number 14, alcohol. Now, alcohol has contributed to a lot of health concerns. I do a lot of reading on this, and I have found studies that show, look up these studies for yourself, that alcohol can contribute to Alzheimer's and dementia, as well as many other issues like heart disease. Now, because heart disease runs in my family on both my mother's side and my father's side, I have made the conscious decision this past year to stop drinking alcohol. For me, I really don't get it, and I don't like the way that it makes my body feel. So for me, on a personal level, I'm not a person who drinks alcohol anymore. Not to mention, it's expensive. Even a cheap bottle of wine at $15, if you're doing that every week, that can add up. And lastly, number 15, margarine. If you need some kind of a buttery spread, go directly to the butter. The trans fats and additives and preservatives that are in margarine are terrible for your health. I remember years ago seeing a video with ants. So they put a side of margarine down and they put a side of butter down on the sidewalk to see what the ants would do. Not one single ant went for the margarine. They all went for the butter. Why? Because butter is a natural thing. Ants know what it is and they know what to do with it. The same thing goes with our body. Our body does not know how to process things like margarine because it's not real. It's made out of fake additives. Trans fats can increase bad cholesterol levels and contribute to heart disease. Stay clear. If you're going to have anything, go with the real thing. Go with the real butter. And by focusing on whole foods, non-processed, the edges of the grocery store, the real foods, the meats, some of the dairy, as well as lots and lots of fruits and vegetables, we can not only decrease our grocery costs by eliminating all of these processed foods and increase our health. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I truly appreciate you, and have a great day. Bye-bye.